Driving an ambulance safely requires special knowledge, preparation, and basic skills. It's one of the most basic skills an emergency responder can possess other than treating and transporting patients. If you have an accident, chances are you will not only injure those directly involved, you could delay treatment of a patient or even cause further harm to someone you are transporting. The goal of emergency medical services is to help patients, not create them. A safe driver ensures the vehicle is roadworthy. Begin your shift by inspecting the ambulance. Walk around for a visual inspection. Does the vehicle sit level? If not, suspect a flat tire or suspension problems. Check for equal spacing between door jambs. Uneven tire wear indicates alignment problems. If tread is worn close to the wear bars, the tires should be replaced. Are there any loose parts? Check under the vehicle. Do you see puddles that indicate fluid leaks? Also inspect the shock absorbers for leaks. What about the oil level? Windshield washer fluid level? And battery cables? Now check inside the patient compartment. Is everything neatly and securely stowed? Start the vehicle and let it idle for a few minutes. Then check your gauges. Check all light systems. Use your partner as a spotter. With the engine running, press the brake pedal. Do you feel any resistance? Test the parking brake too. If you suspect a brake problem, take the vehicle out of service until it can be inspected. Clear vision is critical and run the wipers. Inspect the windshield for cracks. Make sure the radio is working. Check the horn and bump the siren switch. Finally, turn the engine off and do another walk around. Again, check underneath for leaks. It's a good idea to take a brief test ride to check steering, engine performance, suspension, tire balance, and gear shifting. Before you take that test ride, disconnect the umbilical. Adjust the seat to fit your body. Your arms should be comfortably bent at the elbows when your hands are at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions, and your legs should reach the pedals without stretching. Snug the seatbelt over your pelvis, not your abdomen. Your fist should fit between the shoulder strap and your chest. Adjust the mirrors. Make sure the horizon falls in the center of each mirror. The side of the vehicle should be just visible to provide a frame of reference. Before starting the ambulance, turn the battery switch on. Before you get started, you need to know your state's laws regarding emergency vehicles. If not, you could be held liable in a potential lawsuit. State laws vary. Even while traveling in an emergency mode, your state may have laws regulating your speed or laws requiring you to stop at controlled intersections. There may be laws designated when you are or are not an emergency vehicle. Usually, ambulances have the right of way and are exempt from following certain standard traffic laws when operating during an emergency and when you exercise due regard for the safety of others. A true emergency can be held to exist when there is a high probability of death or serious injury, and your prompt action may avert the seriousness of the loss. Due regard for the safety of others means you act in a way that a reasonably careful driver would, performing similar duties under similar conditions. In general, you may, under those circumstances, exceed designated speed limits, proceed through intersections without coming to a full stop at a red light or stop sign, travel the wrong way down a one-way street, or do a U-turn in a prohibited area, and park or stand in no parking areas, unless your state laws specifically prohibit you from performing such actions. Several obligations usually accompany these exemptions from the law. Your vehicle must be using visual signaling equipment that meets state or national rules and regulations. You must be equipped with and using an audible whistle, siren, or bell. You must have reasonable grounds to believe that delay will endanger lives. You must proceed with due regard for the safety of others. However, you should be aware that even if all the exemptions apply, this shall not be a defense for you if you are involved in a lawsuit for criminal negligence or reckless endangerment. How can you drive with due regard and still reach your patient, treat, and get him to the hospital in time? To begin with, stay calm. If you get excited and feel rushed, you'll be in an emotional and mental state that encourages daredevil action and heedlessness. Remember that your siren and lights are used to ask for the right-of-way. Think of the right-of-way as something that other drivers give you, and you'll find yourself driving more safely. Finally, remember that an ambulance is wide. It's tall, it's heavy, and it's not built to corner like a Ferrari. Handle it with care. In most states, traffic is required to pull to the right side of the road and stop when an emergency vehicle approaches with lights and siren.